Put that cookie aside and let's talk about weight loss plateaus. A common misconception about weight loss is that if it didn't work before, then something must be wrong with you or your metabolism. Well, my name is Loriana, and today I'm going to tell you how this is not true, how weight loss plateaus are real, and I'm going to give you steps on how to overcome them. I need some milk. Before we go more into detail, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button to be the first to know when I post a new vlog or a new workout video. I also added timeframes in this video, so if there's something you already know, then you can skip to the next step, but I still highly suggest that you watch the whole video in case there's something you might have overlooked. Now back to it. Since you're here, you probably know already what a weight loss plateau is. You've been struggling for so long to lose weight and probably been getting results too, but then it just stopped. You've been going on for weeks or months now and there's no change. Well, let me tell you that this is perfectly normal to happen. It is quite common, and no, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's something that you can do about it too. When going on a weight loss journey, the most important thing is having a good goal and also knowing where you are and where you're starting from. I'm not going to talk about goals, that's not the topic of this video, maybe another one, but I'm going to assume that you already have a great goal and you just need to determine where you stand now. Weight loss is all about being in a calorie deficit. Our bodies constantly burn energy to function. Breathing burns calories, eating, sleeping, walking, exercising, and other things too. This creates a total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE. When you eat less than what you're burning in a day, that means you're in a calorie deficit. When you are in a caloric maintenance, however, that means you're eating exactly the amount you need to maintain your current weight. And when you're in a caloric surplus, that means you're eating more than what you're burning in a day. And this can lead to weight gain. When you go on a weight loss journey, it is very important to know your current TDEE. I say current because TDEE value changes based on our age, lifestyle, and current weight. Just a quick disclaimer that what I'm about to share might not work for you. Everyone is different, and unfortunately, I do not know your current situation to be more specific about what I say. This video is just meant to provide information. Now back to the TDEE. Your first step should be to calculate it. And thankfully, there's so many websites out there that can help you with that. They're pretty accurate. You just need to type TDEE calculator and just go from there. Once you know your TDEE, then to start your weight loss journey, then you have to be in a caloric deficit. And to do that, you just take your TDEE value, subtract 250 to 500 calories, and you go from there. I do highly suggest though that you don't go over 500 calories, as it can do more damage than good and it's really not worth it. But let's just say that you've been doing all of this for quite some time. Everything was going fine and you were getting results, but then it just stopped and you don't know what to do. Today we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you some reasons why this could happen and how to get out of this. So let's get into it. Try to see the big picture and don't focus on the daily scale fluctuations. Actually, thinking about it, scales suck when it comes to measuring progress, so don't follow them. And honestly, there's so many other more efficient ways that can help you track progress and actually make you feel more good about it. You can try to measure yourself. Take pictures of yourself once a week or once a month. Track your energy levels, keep a log on your moods and hunger and eating habits and stress levels too. And if you really need to use a scale, then try to focus on the weekly or monthly average. Also super important, don't forget that one bad day or bad week is not going to ruin your progress that you've made. If you notice you've fallen off track, then pick yourself up and keep going. After you've been in a caloric deficit for a certain period of time, metabolic adaptation sets in. In other words, your deficit becomes your maintenance. To give a quick example, let's say that 3 months ago, your maintenance was around 2,000 calories and you decided to go on a deficit. Let's say you did a 200 calorie deficit and you started eating 1800 calories. The beautiful thing about our bodies is their ability to adapt to changes. When it comes to weight loss, however, this can feel like a setback. And after a few months of being in a deficit, your metabolism adapts to it and 1800 becomes your new maintenance. There's a huge problem here. Unfortunately, a lot of coaches, once they see that you stopped getting results, they will suggest that you further decrease your caloric intake. In my opinion, this can be a pretty dangerous thing. However, in some cases, it can be okay. If you've initially decreased your caloric intake by, let's say, 200, 250 calories, then decreasing it by a further 250 should be okay. The problem lies when people go all in, and from the beginning, people go on a 500 calorie deficit, and metabolic adaptation occurs, and what happens? They need to keep decreasing and increasing so they keep getting results. This can be a very dangerous thing because for a lot of people, this means being in a very low caloric deficit. And in my opinion, this is a source problem for many EDs, a lot of resentment, binging problems, and people giving up or thinking that their metabolism is broken. In most cases, further decreasing your caloric intake is dangerous and is definitely not sustainable, so I highly advise you against it. As I mentioned earlier, further decreasing your caloric intake is not the answer. So what should you do? Normally, it is not recommended to go on a caloric deficit for more than 3 months at a time. You want your body to function at its best, and forcing your body into metabolic adaptation and depriving your body of more nutrients and calories doesn't really make any sense in the long run. We want to work with our metabolism and not against it. Reverse dieting is about slowly increasing your daily food intake. Think of it like a diet break. Although at first you might think that this can only lead to you gaining all that weight back, actually, if this is done right, it can help. You will be able to increase your metabolism so that you can eat more while maintaining your current weight. Combined with a good training program such as resistance training, this method can boost your metabolism and raise back your maintenance. When you go on caloric deficit for long periods of time, several things happen. Your BMR, or basal metabolic rate, decreases. BMR is what your body is burning at rest. Second, exercises become more difficult because you don't have the energy to do them anymore. You actually start burning less calories with exercising because your body becomes really good at expending energy. Also, your digestion slows down. So basically, someone who went on a diet will need less calories to maintain that weight than someone who has always been at that weight. And of course, other things as well happen, but just to give you an idea how this can do more damage than good in the long run. But thankfully, this can work in your favor too. When you slowly increase your caloric intake, let's say between 50 to 100 calories a day until you get to your goal, a process called adaptive thermogenesis sets in, which means that your body starts burning more calories to generate heat. It will speed up your metabolism, your energy level rises, your digestion improves, and the calories you burn through exercise increases. This method is quite advanced, but it's something that has been tested over and over again with great results. There's a lot to be said about reverse dieting and how to use it when trying to lose weight or overcome a plateau. So if you want me to make a video about it, then let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel, so thank you. Okay, it is very common for people who are looking to lose weight to focus on cardiovascular training. And although cardio is amazing to have as part of your training routine, it shouldn't be the only type of training that you do. Instead of focusing on weight, maybe seek to improve body composition too. This can actually provide more results since you're going to experience greater fat loss by also developing some lean muscle too. Increasing your lean body mass will make your body work harder to maintaining, meaning that you're going to burn more calories and your TDEE will increase. When it comes to eating habits, it is very easy to overlook some extra calories that we take in here and there. So it is very important to be honest with yourself and realize that there might be something going on that you haven't noticed before. Maybe it's that extra cookie or a few bites of the donut, an extra spoon of peanut butter, or maybe you didn't consider the oil you use in your cooking. So all these things add up, and it can make it look like you're in a plateau when in fact you are still on maintenance and even sometimes in surplus. Just remember that there's no good or wrong here. It's just about finding a healthy and balanced way to achieve your goals. It's very easy to become discouraged when we fail to meet our own expectations. This is a process. It takes time and effort. It's hard, but it doesn't have to be impossible. Remember to give yourself a break from time to time. You're working so hard already, and trying to find a way to achieve your goals that might take longer, but without sacrificing your mental health, is so much more important. Make sure you have the right expectations and the right goals. Ask yourself if maybe you're asking too much of your body. Most people see weight loss as black and white, and to be honest, I'm not blaming them. There's so much misinformation out there that you start to doubt what's true and what's not. The reason most people fail, however, is because they restrict themselves, or they go on really low calorie diets that are not sustainable. And once they get their goals, because sometimes that can happen too, they go back to their old lifestyle, and guess what happens? They gain all that weight back in and the progress is gone. And a lot of people just end up thinking that it's not working for them, there's something wrong with them, their metabolism is broken, and that is simply not true. Just the approach wasn't the right one. Weight loss and maintaining it doesn't have to be about being on a low calorie diet all your life and restricting yourself. And lastly, a few more things that you might want to look into. Stress. Focus on self-care and anything that can lower your stress levels. I cannot stress enough how important this is. See what I did there? Okay, you know it's funny because stress level, I can stress and... Okay, you understand it? I stop. Moving on. Focus on eating more protein. Not only that protein is great for muscle recovery and growth, it can also help with weight loss too. Processing protein takes more energy from your body, therefore your energy expenditure increases. In other words, you burn more calories to digest protein, so that's great. Increase your NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is basically all the unplanned low-level activities such as walking, moving around the office, playing with kids, cooking, and stretching. Even adopting one of these things that I mentioned in this video can help kickstart your weight loss again, so pick one and just start doing it. Again, don't forget that plateaus are normal. You're not alone in this. A lot of people are going through this, and not all hope is lost. And that was it for today. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, then give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!